All right, good morning, Jason.
Yeah, good morning. So Micah pulled me out here to talk about this. As you guys might know, it rains a lot around here. And in that rain, all of the wind and rain actually literally pound straight into the front of this building. And those commercial doors aren't the best at keeping water out. So we went ahead and had our good friends Eli and his brother and them put this up for us. And they got it done so fast, it was unbelievable. It's like, it's not here and then boom, it's done. And they literally did it this morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning and they got it done already. So that's really great. We also had the part of the side enclosed so that we have another office space, yet another office space. It seems like we have office space everywhere, but that's a really good thing because we're trying to keep up with as many horses as we rescue, shelter, and protect. And we do that because thanks to people just like you, there's donations to do that. And that's literally tomorrow. Tomorrow is our buyout. So we're hoping to get 17 to 25 horses somewhere in there. But again, we can only do that with support from people across the United States and around the world. So thank you so much for donating. Please don't ever think that your donation might be too small to make a difference. It actually does make a difference. And we've been going over some statistics, and among organizations that have a national reach, we are literally the one where your donation goes the farthest when you donate. So your donation is greatly appreciated. It doesn't cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for us to rescue horses. We keep our prices somehow, I don't know how, but over the last 22 years, it seems like it's stayed pretty steady. It costs about $1,000 to rescue, shelter, and protect a horse. So thank you so much for your support, and I can't wait to see what we rescue tomorrow with the buyout.
Well, thanks for joining me in my office. We have a very, very important meeting happening here in just a little bit. And this is a meeting that potentially can majorly impact the horse slaughter pipeline. We are taking efforts to end horse slaughter. And we've been obviously working for years on a federal level with the SAFE Act and everything, but we're actually going to be targeting states to pass state laws to prevent horses from passing through their state to the border for export. So it's already been done once. It's a lot to bite off, but literally it could end horse slaughter. So have a very important meeting coming up, and it could be a historic meeting if this works and this happens. But we do have a guest in my office today. We have Bella over here. Bella is a dog that has been living feral on her own for at least 4 years that we know of. And she's safe now, she's with us, but she's very scared of people. So I'm like, what better place to just hang out in my office while I'm over here? And hopefully Bella will realize that we're okay. She had ticks crawling all over her, really nasty. We've been able to give her a tick treatment without touching her. So hopefully that'll help. But what do you think of Bella over there as your little companion while you're working on the computer?
I think she's really adorable. She's doing a lot better. At first she was super scared, just shaking. But I've been sitting with her and she's doing a lot better. And earlier she was actually smiling a little bit. So I think she's calming down and realizing that we're not gonna hurt her. So she still has a long way to go, but I think that she's gonna come around. So she's really cute.
So I'm just finishing up. We'll be making it public here soon. I was on the front lines of horse rescue for 20 years before we started investigating deep into this. And I will tell you that if the auction hadn't have kicked us out, we probably wouldn't have discovered what we've discovered. So the auction kicking us out back in 2023, I think it was like, what on earth? You know, we want to rescue these horses there, but we have taken the steps from that, and it opened up a really big opportunity for us to focus not just on the auction, but why are these horses heading to auction? Why are they in such horrible condition? What's the reality behind the front of the slaughter pipeline?
This little red mare is Vesta. She is a 21-year-old thoroughbred. We think she was used as a brood mare, and she is super sweet. We did a follow-up exam with her last week and determined that she has a big scar on her cervix. So the cervix is the structure between the vagina and the uterus that holds the reproductive tract closed. And Vesta has a ton of scarring on her cervix, probably from a dystocia, which means difficult birth. She probably had a foal that had to be manipulated and turned. So because her cervix is scarred, it kind of opens and closes, which should not happen in a normal case. Our plan today is to do a surgical procedure called a Caslix. It's a really simple surgery. It's basically suturing the top part of the lips of the vulva closed. It's a procedure that we do in pregnant mares on a temporary basis. If we have mares that have cervical insufficiency, it can kind of help keep baby from coming too early. But in this mare's case, what it's gonna do is keep contaminants from entering the vulva and also reduce the amount of air that can get sucked in there, which will reduce the amount of air that can get sucked into the reproductive tract. So it's pretty simple, it's permanent. Our main concern is contamination just because of the location of the surgery. It's right by where she defecates. In this mare's case, the plan is permanent. So I'm actually gonna dissect into a deeper plane of tissue and close multiple layers. She does have an adopter that's interested in her. I put her on med hold, so we're gonna keep her here and pull her from the adoptability list until she's fully healed. But her prognosis is excellent, and I'm hopeful that this will help prevent all of the main kinds of secondary issues that we have with this procedure. So that's our plan. I feel like I'm in Tron.
Environmental changes?
Just confirming that this is 50-50 bupivacaine, lidocaine.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Just out of curiosity, what's our surgical time so far?
11 minutes.
Sweet, I'm doing 3 layers of tissue and like, I'm almost done with layer 2. I can't guarantee outcome, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel very optimistic about this. So we just finished this little surgery for Vesta, and it basically reduced the total size of the external opening to the vulva, to the vagina. So I closed the vulva. This mare had a ton of scarring right there, so I actually had to dissect into some deeper tissue. This mare is not pregnant, she's an older brood mare, but the purpose of the surgery was to prevent her from sucking air into the vagina and then secondarily into the, deeper into the reproductive tract. So the surgery went perfectly. It's not a super technically challenging procedure, but it's one that can really dramatically reduce the likelihood of her having other secondary complications to her primary concern, which was really severely scarred cervix that doesn't close normally. So she actually doesn't even have to stay in our stall. She's gonna be on antibiotics and anti-inflammatories, so hopefully she will bounce back quickly, but I'm happy that we were able to do this for her. I'm really optimistic about this healing quickly and this mare going back to full, comfortable life. As soon as she's awake, I'm gonna let her go back out in her field.
So we have Maximus in. He was kind of hanging out, waiting for some training, and cut his back leg on a piece of our metal siding. So we need to get that screwed down a little bit better. It doesn't look too bad. The bleeding already pretty much stopped, but I sent Dr. Lydia a picture and she would like us to try to hose it down and get some SWAT on there for the weekend, just to help keep any flies down. But This is the first time Maximus has been in here, so we're gonna kind of take it slow, see how he does, try and keep it nice and positive for him.
Okay, yeah, just do that lightly. Go right above the hoof, then go away off and on. Yeah, perfect.
Go, bud.
Then we'll work our way up right there. Oh boy, right there. Oh, he'll catch on. He'll catch on. Hey, whoa, no, Maximus, wait. Good job, Maximus.
Hang on, this popped open.
Whoa. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Catch that.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Oh boy. Good job. You're okay. Oh. Oh boy. Whoa. Hey.
Wow, you're doing all sorts of firsts here, bud.
He is smart. He is not liking that.
Yeah.
His front legs, he's real stingy with it too.
Yeah.
I'm still working on his front just to pick it up. He won't let me pick it up. Oh. Good boy. It was just water, buddy.
All right, so our session with Maximus did not go how we expected. He ultimately does not like the water, apparently. And so we did a little bit of descents with him where you kind of just start slow, you go up the foot a little bit, see how he's reacting. And then we kind of got it to where he'd let us like leave it on for a second, and then he was done. And he actually jumped out of our stocks, which I have yet to see, so that was a new one. And so from that point, that wound is not bad enough that like we have to get something on it today. We have to rinse it. It'll heal fine on its own. So it wasn't worth pushing him to be super stressed out. And so we kind of discussed how we wanted to go forward, if we wanted to keep trying to get him to let us rinse it. And ultimately we decided to just kind of end on a positive note, walk him back through the open chute, let him see that it's not scary. It is fine, and then did that a few times, and then Trey took him back out to work with him a little bit more outside, just one-on-one, see how he does with the water in a different setting, and then we'll reassess on Monday.
The meeting is over, and it's the foundational steps that's needed on a state level to end horse slaughter. And what's happening across the United States within the horse slaughter pipeline is just absolutely beyond horrific. And we've been silent as we were investigating for almost 2 years. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, why aren't you going to auctions? Why aren't you doing this? Well, we have been. We just haven't been able to talk about it publicly because we've been deep diving into what's actually happening. And now we're able to finally start sharing it with you. So hang on for the ride because it's going to be wild.
Inside the Education Center, we haven't shown it a whole lot, but we have some super exciting stuff going on with Chef CK. Who's CK? And I present Chef Keith, otherwise known as CK.
Howdy,
What's going on
guys.
here, Keith?
Cooking lunch for everybody that signed up this week, or for today anyways.
Yeah, our staff are allowed to purchase meals here at the Bob Barker Cafe, and Keith is our amazing chef. He makes food so good that I can't sign up, right? But no, he's, what's on the menu today?
We got chicken patties, or chicken sandwiches, tater tots, we got baked beans back there, we got some broccoli and cauliflower and carrots back there, some fried onions and peppers.
Ooh, it sounds good.
Salads made up, and then all your fixings like pickles and all onions and all that for the burgers and chicken patties.
And one thing I want to point out is, since it is the Bob Barker Cafe and Bob Barker was a staunch vegetarian, we have an interesting sign: no animals allowed, dead or alive.
Yep.
So everything Keith cooks in here is vegetarian, and we figure if we're rescuing animals, we shouldn't be eating the animals we're rescuing.
Correct.
So Keith makes vegetarian food. Everybody loves it that eats here. And if you want to swing by for a tour and you want to buy a meal at Bob Barker Cafe, just let us know ahead of time so Keith can prepare.
Yep. Even some of the non-vegetarian people here have eaten and given thumbs up.
And we are a fully licensed commercial kitchen with a score of 100 on our last inspection. So if you're wondering, yeah, it's all legal. I know there's gonna be people that are like, oh, let's report him for running a restaurant. It's legal. We've got all the paperwork to prove it.
It's buyout morning. Horses are literally coming down the driveway in a trailer right now. We're really excited. We've got multiple groups of horses coming in. And if you've noticed, I'm wearing glasses because my eyes are really bad right now. Well, probably the rest of my life because I'm getting older. Anyways, these are Meta glasses, and I'm dyslexic, and like I can do voice to text and everything through here, which is really awesome. But I can do point of view and record. So today you're actually going to see some point of view from my perspective of what I see during buyout. So hope you look forward to that. But yeah, these horses are here. I got to get my protective gear on, and we're going to help some horses today. All right.
Hi. What are you doing?
Hi, babies.
Oh, this load is really calm.
Yes.
Come on, babies. Come on.
You're gonna.
Good babies. We got some goopy noses.
Hi.
Come on.
Come on. Good job.
I lay down before too.
She's down. Did she lay down on purpose?
Yeah, she said she's been trying to lay down a little bit on and off.
I don't mind her taking a nap because she's sedated, but I don't want to miss her being colicky.
Don't you chew nothing. No! Oh no. He's a chewer.
Cody, so did I hear we have an update on Jax?
We do. So this is Jackson's second time being here. He was adopted once at TSC when we had our event, and it wasn't working out. He's really, really hyper, and it's just a lot on some people sometimes with all his energy. He's back, but we found him another home, and he's on his way there this evening. But I'm gonna miss his butt. He's a really, really good dog, and he's been a lot of fun to have here. He's very entertaining. So we're gonna miss him, but we're glad that he's going. Oh. Hi.
It seems to have been going really smoothly this morning.
It has, and I don't know if it's the weather. But yeah, and also these horses are good horses. We're blessed to have this group. They, of course, they're not in great condition, but we have seen way worse. But we're going to get a second group in, and we'll see what that group holds. But we're ready for anything today, and also we're ready for some pizza here before long.
What's it like being that first point of contact for these horses coming in?
It's definitely an important role to have, because at that moment you're the most important person to these horses, because you have to make sure that they get off the trailer safely, they get hay and water. You have to communicate with vet team, and vet team has to communicate with us to be sure that they get the pain meds that they need if they're in constant pain. And you're really their first impression of this place, so you have to make sure that you give them a fear-free environment, make sure that they feel safe. So it's a very important, the whole thing is basically on how they get unloaded and how we care for them after they're unloaded. Because if we were to go in freaking out and, oh, we need to get this horse and, you know, in a hurry, they're gonna feel that, and then they're gonna be so hard to handle because they're scared. So everyone here, the team is great about making sure that everything's calm and fear-free, and make sure these babies just get some hay, and they all have hay bellies before the end of the day, which is good to see. So it's definitely an important role, and it's a blessing to see that, because you feel, you definitely feel accomplished at the end of the day.
So we've been watching this little mare really closely over the last 45 minutes or so. We got another piece of the puzzle that I didn't know initially, and that was that she was trying to lay down before we even looked at her. So some of our staff observed that, and we had a chance to kind of touch base on her case. I have seen her flank watch a couple times, which is when they kind of like look around at her belly. And laying down because you're tired after sedation would look very typically like one thing. Choosing to lay down when a bunch of activity is happening and you got a bunch of other horses around you isn't a normal behavior. And what we've seen from her is she's getting up, circling, laying down, getting up, circling, laying down. And at this point, the teeny tiny little bit of sedation that we gave her should have worn off. So I do want to be really clear. We use the term sedation really lightly. She got just the teeny tiniest little bit of a drug that should be fully out of her system by now so that we could get accurate x-rays of her teeth. So this is one of those really hard things that we deal with it here at Horse Plus. I aged this mare at 28. I easily could have aged her at 35. It was a total guess. She has a heart murmur. She's got something going on gastrointestinally, and she's a very, very poor body condition score. So in my opinion, it is kinder for a horse of this age who is dealing with something acutely wrong, which is the colic symptoms, as well as some chronic disease processes, the heart disease, and the dental disease. So I'm gonna recommend that we give her the last act of kindness. We're gonna make a call on her.
Oh, poor baby. Yeah, the donkey is down right here.
Okay. This is gonna be dangerous.
Baby.
Can I have some Banamine? Oh, we've got white gums. Oh, I'm sorry. It's
How much
really
do you
old,
want?
Old donkey. Let's do 3, please. Nicole, I'm gonna try to pull blood too.
Okay.
Lady, I can take care of you. Okay, you wanna get up? I just wanna get you some pain meds, okay? You're okay. Okay. All right, we've got total vascular collapse here.
Cody.
Okay. We're not gonna let anybody run into you. Can we get this donkey a bucket of water and see if maybe he wants to drink? Hi, are you blind? Okay, let's go ahead and close the trailer. Do you have enough bedding?
Oh, there's some more behind you.
Hi, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, bud. What do you need?
Nothing, I just really old. We are 30s, no Galvani groove, totally smooth. Listen to his lungs.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. He just is barely breathing. I know. You're okay. You can get up if you want to.
Do we want to see if he wants to stand? I mean, we could easily lift him. I mean, I don't think that it's gonna. Maybe he's just trying so hard. It would kind of
Well,
be nice
I mean,
come on, let's get it.
You want a chair to stand up? So this little donkey, I aged at least 32 years old. He has no grooves in his teeth anymore. He has a palpable old fracture that feels like it's in the proximal femur. It's unstable in this right hind leg. You can see how the leg kind of flaps out here. I say old because I can feel that the body has tried to make bony calluses, which takes 4 to 8 weeks. He was down in the trailer. He was stepped on multiple times. His mucous membranes are just white, like just there's no pink at all. His lung sounds are just like if you take packing tape and just crunch it, he's just got horrific lung sounds. He has almost he's severely dehydrated. So it's just absolutely heartbreaking. Like, why would anyone not do the right thing to this guy and get him some pain meds? He's a little stallion and he's tiny and he's just in awful shape. So we gave him pain meds right away, but he's just trembling and unable to stand up and just in awful shape. So it's part of what we do is alleviate suffering. So
what you just saw is the reality of the horse slaughter pipeline. It's horrific. It's devastating. That poor little donkey. We have to stay strong as a team. It is so horrific rescuing horses like this in this condition. This is the reality of the slaughter pipeline. The SAFE Act has to pass. The SAFE Act would prevent stuff like you just saw from happening. Horses are thrown around across the United States in slaughter auctions, kill pens. Your support is so needed. We've been conducting a very deep investigation for several years now into what's actually happening in the slaughter pipeline, and we've gotten load after load after load of these horses, and we're documenting it. And it's led us to understand that there's human smuggling, sex trafficking, moving drugs, all using horses. And it's got to stop. Everyone, it's got to stop. I've been doing this for 22 years. 22 years of horses going to auction, rescuing them, and I didn't know what was happening. But I do now, and it's horrific, and I'm just asking that you'll please support us, support the work we're doing, saving these precious horses, even if it's for a moment like that the poor donkey. Please help us.
I'm Lisa Smith from Hooker Ranch Equine Refuge in Winsboro, Texas. I am the president of the refuge, and I brought with me my husband, Ken Smith, who's the vice president of the refuge. It's a trick. You start at the face and you go from there. Yeah, let them know you're there. I came over in July when Sheldon came in, and I helped with the buyout at that time, and really fell in love with Sheldon, and I told him I'd come back and get him when he was ready to come home with us. So here we are, and we are going to take Sheldon home. And of course I couldn't leave him by himself. I had to take his buddy Tonka too. So he's got his seeing eye horse Tonka, and he's going to go with Sheldon, and they're both going to come to Hooker Ranch Equine Refuge.
Buddy.
We were here I was here for the buyout, and I had brought Gabby with me. She's one of our volunteers, and that was the July buyout. And we absolutely fell in love with Sheldon, and Dr. Lydia had asked if, he could have a home at Hooker Ranch Equine if he was able to go through quarantine and come out healthy on the other end, and he did, and here we are today to come pick him up. The shelter transfer program and the Full Circle of Life Network programs are just amazing because they allow us to bring in horses that need training, that need medical care that we can't provide, and it allows Horse Plus the ability to give us horses that we can take home with us and provide a good end of life. I'm a sucker for a standard bred, so, and a Belgian, and they get to come and just be old horses with us. Hey, buddy. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, he's not super well adjusted, and that's okay. I don't want to stress him. Hey. But I do teach them. Hey. I'll whistle around them, I'll call them, and I will go to their face and teach them that, hey. I'm here. And I've learned with these types of horses, you start at their face, especially if they're not well adjusted, and you go from there. And a kind touch goes a long way, especially with an old Amish horse that's hasn't known such kindness. No threat to them. Belgians are real snorty when they're scared. I'm here to be his friend. They go through so much, and I just want to give them peace and rest and let them be.
We looked at a little mini mule earlier this morning. She's only about 5 years old. Severe hoof overgrowth and neglect. We took radiographs on her. We did not find evidence of any rotation or active founder, which was great. And one of our amazing gentlers from the Navajo Nation, Trey, is here, and he is a farrier. So Trey agreed to try to work on her feet. Unfortunately, she is not acclimated to humans at all in any way. She's very worried, so we're gonna have to put her under general anesthesia for Trey to work on her feet. But even though we have a farrier come frequently, we didn't feel like we could even let another day pass. So I am actually quite concerned over the severity of the clubbing in both of the front feet. So I'm hoping and praying that Trey, with his expertise, is going to be able to get her to a place where she can walk comfortably. Right now, she's almost walking on the fronts of those feet.
We have rehabbed cases like this before. Jason and I were talking, we're like, yeah, I remember Nirvana. And Nirvana was a little mini mule back in 2004 that we rescued. Super long feet, and we got it fixed, and she got adopted. So fingers crossed that this little mule will be able to have a great outcome and find a home.
It's so tiny. Oh, mini mule, mini mule, mini mule.
She is out. So
Okay.
you are good, Trey. Just obviously be careful because we're not holding her back feet.
Yeah. Looking good. Yeah.
Have you seen hoofs like these before, or?
This is my first time. That's why I'm really wanting to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I believe I can do it. I know I can do it. I always love a challenge. If it was a bigger feat, I probably would have passed on it. But such tiny feet, this is my first time and I know I can do it.
What got you in the farrier care, Trey?
Back home, like I said, it's very remote, so can't really rely on people.
Mm-hmm.
I just took it upon myself to learn because I have so many horses, and it costs us a lot just to have someone travel all the way to your house and do your trimming. Now this is the one they were worried about. It's cool though. I see it already. But I had a lot of good teachers along the way.
So this little mini mule just recovered from anesthesia. If she looks very wobbly, that's why. Better living through drugs. Trey did an awesome job on her front feet. So you can see it kind of looks like she's standing on her tiptoes, but what we want are for her legs have not been able to be in a normal position for such a long time that this is not a surprising result. We're gonna put her on a very grassy, soft pasture, so she's got really soft, gentle places to be. The front feet were our biggest concern. The wobbliness is totally normal if you're watching this and worried. This is a normal anesthesia recovery.
And she's not used to standing on
I'm
feet
really
either.
encouraged. Honestly, that left front looks better than I thought it would.
We've done it before and it's turned out well.
Keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and we'll hope for the best. But also maybe in the meantime, we can work with her to see if she'll let us start picking her feet up more so she can have better care.
Honestly, I'm a bit surprised myself. I never, it's not normal to trim hooves laying down. So you get a better angle standing, but like they said, as soon as she comes to her senses, she'll be surprised on how much footing she has. And she was really pigeon-toed and club-footed, badly club-footed. But as soon as she realizes how flat her hooves are, she'll be surprised and she'll get her motion back in her ankles. But other than that, it's just time will tell to see her healing. And honestly, another 2 weeks from now, good trim will be good. Just clean up, and she'll be back to herself.
Today started off really calm and nice. The first group of horses we got were from a different scenario we're working out, and we're really happy they came here, and they were in much better condition than the second load. That was like crisis triage moment.
Yeah, we only had to make one decision for the last act of kindness from that first group of 8. And it was a mare who was in her upper 20s who was colicking and had cardiac disease, and she kept kind of going up and down. But the second group was in really terrible shape. You had a little donkey in his 30s who was down and getting stepped on in the trailer. And just, if you watch Horse Plus all the time, you already know this. We have absolutely no control over how these animals are transported. We literally intercept them as they're headed to slaughter. So we are also appalled by the conditions in which we receive these animals.
I went behind the barn and cried.
Yeah.
But at auctions, they're delivered like that all the time. These traders are dumping them off. Nobody's saying anything. It's just common. I'm really thankful they were able to come here. We were able to help them. It's been a really smooth, easy day, despite all the really hard things we had to see.
It's also really rewarding to have animals that are in really severe pain and be able to give pain medications and watch them calm down and eat and drink. And we have quite a few that need rehabilitation or surgery or antibiotics, wound care, that we're gonna formulate treatment plans for, that we have formulated treatment plans for. So that doesn't mean they're out of the woods, but it's always fun to get ones that we can fight for instead of ones that we have no choice.
Thank you so much for watching and following along. Please find that donation link. It's probably in the description of this video or the donation button, and please support, because as Dr. Lydia loves to say, I don't make the organization money.
I don't
spend money.
I just spend all the money. And it is really amazing for me as a clinician working for a humane society that I don't have to ask. I just do what these animals need, and that is never cheap. And so for Horse Plus to be able to do that, they're dependent on you guys, their supporters. So thank you for what you do. It helps us save a lot of animals. We try to be as efficient and as inexpensive as we can, but also we have to practice evidence-based care. We have to do due diligence. We don't want to cut corners. We don't ever want to make a euthanasia decision prematurely. And those things are all expensive and time-consuming, and it's just amazing to have the tools, but also the staff, really well-trained staff who's able to keep their energy calm and working with horses that have been through a really traumatizing day and come and immediately start decompressing makes a big difference for those animal psyches and how they view us as the weeks go on, as we continue to try to provide care.
It's significantly cheaper per animal. Horse Plus is always about $1,000 per animal that we help for the rescue cost and just initial care that you've seen these animals get. But then there's the feeding and the quarantine and the training and all of that goes into it. But there are some other organizations, horse organizations, I did the math, and it was like $23,000 per horse.
What?
$5,000 per horse. It's unbelievable, but I can tell you, your donations, we make it go as far as possible with as many lives as possible. So thank you.